Good morning, YouTube. So I've already got this reading uploaded onto the Rumble channel. As per the usual, I'm going to have to probably sugarcoat this and water it down for you folks. It's a controversial topic, right? Because we're being so censored that everything's a controversial topic. And that in itself is BS, right? But anyway, good morning. I want you all to know that the healing intentions, of course, as per the usual, are always, always, always set for you folks. So if you so choose, breathe them in, stand in your power, and decree it for your highest and greatest good, only and always. I hope you're all doing well this morning. So this morning's reading is about, let me just say, if we go back a few years, I'm going to be careful even what I say here, okay? As far as the description, I'm just going to put it up as tarot insight, and I'm just going to say to you guys, if you go back a few years and what we had to endure with people telling us what we had to do, and there were a bunch of things that they told us we had to do because of something that was supposed to be oh so scary. And so that's what the reading is on today. It's about current day situation and the rumors going around that they're getting ready to implement that type of thing again. So I've put the full reading up on Rumble, and I've just spoke clearly. Luke wants to say hi. Say hi, Luke. Hi, Luke. That's my baby. Yes, that's my baby. He's a cutie. You can see where we're doing construction. Need to finish taking up this floor so we can finish laying this floor and then finish it. Tell you, we've got a million projects going on here right now. So anyway, enough about my life. Let's start with this reading. So what I wanted to know if this was truly an agenda or if it was just rumors. Okay. And so what I got was, it is true. Luke, don't steal the tarot cards. Don't steal the tarot cards, buddy. What I got was that it truly is an agenda, and they want that agenda to hit the world, the whole world. So not just a country or whatever. It's the world over. And yes, it's truly an agenda. Yes, they're going to come out with this big scary thing, and they're going to claim it will do a lot of this. Okay. And they're going to claim it's a fresh new version of the old. Okay. All right. So the energy driving the reading, though, is, so this energy says that justice is coming for these nefarious systems, the bad powers that be, and that this is going to have to be walked away from. So the first thing I did after this agenda that they, yes, definitely have planned, the first thing that I did was I asked if I read this correctly, okay? And I did get, the sun's starting to come in, but let me move her. I did get the star, that's 17. That's where miracles happen. So she changed, she's making things happen, right? She's grounding heaven and earth. She's transforming things, okay? So she's transforming things, all right? So, and don't forget, it's the 17, miracles happen there. And yes, so I read this correctly. As far as what I'm getting, this is what I'm getting, you guys, right? Obviously, use your own discernment always. But yes, this was an agenda planned for the whole world. Absolutely, yes. They wanted to bring it into being. They're going to create something really scary, telling us that a lot of this would happen. And they were going to call it something fresh. So a new, you know what, right? But that justice is coming in for these guys, and this plan has to be walked away. And when I asked if I read this correctly, I did get the star, okay? Which is a yes for me. I read it correctly. I delivered to you the message that, I delivered the message clearly. So I went on, and I'm gonna really, I'm gonna just kind of, I want to kind of tell you about this and what I got there. Well, let's skip this. Let's just skip this, okay? And let's go over, and I just want to read this to you guys for sure, okay? So I'm talking to my guides at this point about fear and manifesting and people jumping on board with the fear porn, right? So this is what I understand. I'm just gonna empower you guys for a minute, okay? So our consciousness is the biggest part of us. It is the biggest part of us. If you could see yourself with your third eye and you could see your energy bodies, you would see your aura, you would see your physical body, you would see your spirit, you would see your mind body, and you would see that your mind body is the biggest piece of you. And that's why the Cabal captured it, okay? Because they know how powerful our consciousness is, all right? Where our mind goes, energy flows. We have the power to create with a thought. We've always had that power. But what they've done is they've captured our consciousness. They've created this matrix where they have us living in fear, and they have us projecting and manifesting for them while feeding off of our fear and our suffering, okay? So the Great Awakening is really coming into our own magic and realizing our own power, and not always seeking an outside source to save us, but to realize that if all of our consciousnesses shift and come together, that these guys can no longer do these nefarious deeds because our consciousness is powerful enough to say no and to wipe that out of being. They wouldn't even be able to do one little thing because our consciousness would be so much. We all talk about moving into the 5th D. Well, that is honestly stepping out of the matrix where they've captured our consciousness and using our consciousness to manifest the world that we want, rather than getting thrown back into the matrix where we walk with fear and manifest for the Cabal for free the world that they want, okay? So it's really about shifting our brains, our thoughts, our words. But the other thing is, standing in our power. So it's easy to talk this talk when things don't seem scary, right? It's easy to say, that will never happen again. We will never allow that to happen again while it's not happening. But the minute the propaganda gets out there that that's going to happen again, that's when we have to walk the walk. That means that we stand in our convictions and we still remain unfearful, and we say we will never allow that to happen again. And that's what we project, that it does not happen, rather than getting into fear and worrying that it will, okay? So, and we also need to remember all that we know. We know that those things that they forced on us that many people thought were legal are not law. I'm being careful. I'm not even going to say that M word. Okay? So now I'm going to show you a reading in conjunction with all of this, you guys, about our consciousness and the masses, okay? So I asked how many people are still, even though they've woken up, even though they're waking up, right? How many people are still prone to revert back to that matrix mentality where the consciousness is trapped, and then the manifestation becomes the fear, which is the propaganda that the baddies have in store for us, okay? And what I got here was the Emperor. So that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people focusing and manifesting, putting their feelings into the manifestation, okay, of the information and the propaganda that's put out there for us to focus on. It's put out there deliberately for us to hyper focus on and worry into being, so that we can then ground it into reality. Okay? So remember, when you're manifesting, I always say pull in that feeling of joy, just like in Peter Pan. That guy's looking for his marbles. He wants his marbles. He wants his happy thoughts. And then he can fly. And it's the same with us. So when we get ready to manifest, we pull in that love and we go back to that childhood joy that every child is so present that they could receive a spank in 1 minute and they can walk out the door heartbroken and feeling hurt. But they walk down the road and let's say they see a squirrel or their best friend tosses them the ball and their mood is able to shift because they're so present in the moment. See, we've been trained to be an ego all the time so that we walk out the door and we take the baggage with us all day long and we focus and we worry on it. We're unable to really get caught up in that present moment. That's one of the biggest things that we need to learn how to do. Be present, because we manifest best from a state of being totally present in the moment. And the second thing, that nobody teaches, they tell you to sit and envision, but they don't tell you that first you've got to pull in the feelings that are in alignment with what it is that you're manifesting. And that's why the Cabal likes us to be sad and worried, because these things are in alignment with the negativity that they want us to ground into reality, okay? So you pull in those happy feelings, go back to your childhood. Whatever it is, whether for you it was swimming or tossing a ball with your best friend or riding bicycles or going really fast down a snowy hill, whatever brought you joy, you sit there and you pull in that joy and then you project all the good things in this world that you want. Because we came here to shift this world, not to be saved, not to go off to another world. We came in here to save this earth. She's calling for help and it's our job to do it. And we do it through our magic, right? That's my humble opinion and my humble belief anyway. So, yeah, we want to use our magic for us. We don't want to be grounding things into reality, working for the Cabal for free with feelings of sadness and worry and manifesting that and grounding it into reality because we hyper-focus on it. That's what they've tricked us into doing. That's how they've captured our consciousness. So it's our job to step out of that consciousness and retrain our brain. And the minute and let's not forget karmic debt with these guys. They put this stuff out there. So by us saying, oh my God, this is going to happen, in a way, we are consenting. And then they don't have any karmic debt because they told us and then we said basically okay. Even though you don't realize you're saying okay. You're saying okay by saying, oh my God, this is going to happen. Feeling that way, worrying over it, and hyper-focusing it. We've said okay, and then it grounds it into being. Okay? So a lot of people are still doing that. So we want to shift out of that, right? So I asked, a little bit more around this, because there's more to this. And, all of this, what it does is what they've done to us, you guys, because they know we're so magical. They know we have all these abilities that they've kept hidden from us. They've dumbed us down. They've captured our consciousness. And they've stopped us from understanding just how powerful we are, right? And then they trick us into looking to outside sources, look for the power outside of ourselves, when the power is within us. We're the powerful ones. So in this deck, with my Deviant Moon deck, you guys, the High Priestess, she's magical, so she's us, right? She's incredibly magical, but her frequency has been scrambled, okay? So that's what they look to do with all of this, to keep our frequencies scrambled so that we're not understanding just how magical we are. And with a scrambled frequency, then we quickly move into these feelings and we get caught up in ego, so we hyper-focus, and then we ground all of this into being, okay? So that's a big piece of what they try to do with us, with the fear and whatnot. And then it also keeps us guarded. So we don't get close to people, we don't trust anybody, and we're not our natural loving selves because we put on all this armor and our frequencies are scrambled. And it's easy for us to move into feelings of despair rather than seeing the good stuff And it's easy for us to take something that we've heard and run with it and worry over it, even though it's not even true or hasn't happened yet. And then it's easy for us to hyper focus on all of this and talk about this, and just this becomes our daily thought and our daily words, and it's the first thing we mention to anybody, and all of that is manifesting things, and they've done it on purpose. They've put this out there to create us to be these people here, disappointed, small, and get us hyper focusing, make us sad, make us worried, so that we're hyper focusing and manifesting without even realizing it, and grounding what they want in. And there are still many people doing that. So it's our job, you guys. It's our job. It's our job to not just be awake to the fact that everything's lies. It's our job to shift our consciousness, to step out of the matrix, shift our consciousness, and manifest for humanity, and not manifest for free for the cabal. That's our job. That's our job. It's our job to clear our frequency, to take off our armor, to step into who we really are, which is pure magic, and to manifest this world into being what it is that we want, okay? So we're babies here, and we're just waking up. You know, a lot of us may have been awake to some things here or there, whatever, but honestly, the majority of humanity is waking up right now, consciously and spiritually. That's what the Great Awakening is all about. So we're just learning about our magic, you know, and we're learning how to tap into all of that. And we're learning, and it's very easy for us to fall backwards, you guys, because we're babies. So in this Great Awakening, we've gone from being totally helpless to learning how to crawl, and now we're learning how to walk, and our legs are wobbly, right? So we can fall easily. We're still vulnerable. We're learning. But this is just a reminder that we have to keep teaching ourselves how to walk so that we can then run. So this is what they really want to say to us. So let's all of us start manifesting that this agenda has to be walked away from. We just manifest it. We're already getting that it has to be walked away from. So I would say, you know, the groups of people that are out there working on humanity's behalf understands that we're wobbly and we fall easily, because there's a great number of people that are manifesting this worry, sadness, you know, this journey, and it's coming into being because they've gotten that information out there, and so people are manifesting on it. I did get that in spite of all of this, we are being moved out of troubled water. It is reason for celebration. Gifts are coming in from the universe as far as this agenda goes, and we should see some happy outcomes. So when I asked again, you know, so I've gotten now that I got the yes, I read this right, and that's got to be walked away from. And, you know, I'm still seeing in spite of all of this, that we're still being moved out of troubled water. I'm thinking that people understand that we're still wobbly. And so something else is going on to help shift what the majority of people are going to be manifesting for free for the cabal, right? So you're saying to me then, this agenda isn't going to happen. As the energy stands today, this agenda won't happen. And what I got was this 10 of rods, you guys. And with the 10 of rods, that's a dead journey. They have to pick up their sticks and walk off because there's no life in this journey. So something's coming in to stop this from being. Let's see. I really kind of do want to tell you about this. I do want to tell you about this. I know some of you just can't get over onto Rumble. Also, someone did say to me yesterday that once you got to hit the follow. You got to hit follow. They said, type in my name. I should come up. And then you definitely got to hit the follow, because if you don't, then you'll probably lose me again, and it might be hard to find again. So I don't know. I know it's a little more difficult than YouTube, and I apologize for that. But I can certainly be, I don't have to hide what I'm reading over there, and I don't have to talk in code. So I prefer it over there. So if you guys could give me a follow over there, and then I could just keep this channel maybe just for fun things, put all the serious content over there and do things that are harmless over here, like, reading on interdimensional beings and fun things, on this channel, because I don't want to lose this channel, and I don't think it's always going to be this way. But for now it is. For now it is. So we just got to do what we've got to do. I'm going to try to give you the full reading because somebody said they couldn't get on, no matter what they did yesterday, they couldn't get onto the Rumble channel. I haven't had a problem getting onto Rumble. I've been able to view all of my videos. Some people say the sound keeps stopping. You got to refresh. When you're having trouble with Rumble, if it's not looking right, if it's not sounding right, if it's buffering, if it's doing anything weird and you're losing sound, you have to refresh. It's a thing. So refresh, hit the follow. That will give you all of the notifications. And yeah, just try typing in my name. I did send a link to somebody yesterday via email, and they said they were able to view it. So for those of you that can't get on Rumble because you're in certain parts, other people got on and said, follow the VPN. So use a VPN and you'll be able to get on Rumble. And even though you're not supposed to be able to get on Rumble. And then other people told me the feedback is, okay, like here's a for instance, you guys, I am not on BitChute. I'm not on BitChute at all. But I can follow a link that somebody sends me and I can view something on BitChute, even though that's not downloaded onto my phone. But I can follow the link. So just try following the links. Maybe that will help. I hope that helps some. I don't know. I hope it does. So, all right. So let me give you the rundown on this, you guys. So with the first time I read this, I read this first and then I read this, okay? So I wanted some more information and I was reading this like they were doing work to make us feel battered so that we use our vibration to kind of pull all this stuff into being is sort of what I was seeing. Because there's a couple of ways that you can read this. And, I asked if I was getting the message. Did I get the message right? And I pulled up a 2. I ended up shuffling it back into the deck because with the 2, there's an imbalance, right? So not quite, right? So not quite right. So I sat and I did my breathing and I worked again to remove ego because this is kind of an egoic, reading. And I guess I just went into ego for a minute. So I did my breathing, removed my ego, set myself back up to be a clear channel, right? And I said, okay, well, the other way that you could read this is that this stuff is going out here of the earth, all of this news, all of the work to get all this stuff out onto the earthly plane is going out to entice a feeling in people, right? So that because we've been through it, right? We've been through it. And this guy's sick of it. He's been through it and he's sick of it. So to get us in this warrior mode, like we're not doing this again. He's at a 9. He's like, no, I'm not doing this again. And so that then we can shine a light on the nefarious deeds. Okay. We can shine a light on all of the reasons why these agendas are dark. And, so basically we're being asked to stand in our power, with this reading. When I asked if I got this right, I got the Hermit, which means yes. And, a good reiteration of this is this, because with this Hermit, she's been put through it. And she has just been put through it. She's also alone in a cave, right? And so she's powerful and she knows it and she's been put through it. And this guy's been put through it. So this is my yes. All of us that have been put through it, we need to shine our lights and expose this stuff. We need to shine our lights and shine a light on this. Because again, it comes back to us. There are more of us than there are the white hats. There are more of us than there are the elites. So it comes back to us. So we're being asked to expose this. Okay? I think that's really important for us to remember that we have a job here in this shift. We have many jobs in this shift. We really do. We're part of this. It's not for us to look outside of ourselves to be saved. It's for us to stand in our power and do our parts to save ourselves and this planet and the world. If that's what we want, is a good place to live, it's up to us to do our parts, right? So after I did all of this, you guys, I asked if there was anything they wanted to leave us with. And what they wanted to leave us with is the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is, he looks and he sees clearly. He's got this little device here, so he sees clearly. He looks and sees, truly sees. He listens. Look at his ears. Look at his ears. Boy, them some big ears, right? He listens and he actually hears. Okay? He has clear thought come in. Clear thought, clear knowing. And he walks through this world and in his path passionately with the red, passionately and courageously, right, with that red, and safely, because he clearly sees, he clearly knows, he clearly hears, and he's got it covered and he knows it. So we're being asked to use our magic, to be discerning and to look and see for the truth, to listen and hear the truth, to really tap in to our gifts so that we really understand the things that are out there and really be discerning. We've got to be discerning, right? So as far as what I'm getting, it is an agenda that they've wanted to push. Absolutely. It has got people, a lot of people are worried and they've gone into fear mode. I don't know how many times this channel, my guides have said, do not walk with fear, but people have gone into fear mode. So that's being manifest. But it looks as though, everybody knows we're just babies and we're learning how to walk solidly before we learn how to run and before we learn how to fly. And it looks like there's a plan in motion to move us out of troubled water, celebrate, things will come in, and we'll have happy outcomes. That's what I'm getting. So you guys, let's manifest that. Okay, so that's what I'm getting at least. Anyway, I love you all so much, and I'm sending you all so many blessings, so many blessings. Stand in your power. The minute somebody tells you that you have to do things that you don't really have to do, and you don't have to do them, say no. No, not going to do that. The minute you hear this fearful stuff, say not on my watch. It's not happening on my world. That's not happening in my neighborhood. That's not happening to me. That's not happening to my family. Nope. I'm projecting this and shift it. Let's get our consciousness really working for us, you guys. Again, this is just what I'm getting. So I'll always, of course, use your own feelings, right? Do that. Be discerning and walk through your life that way. But always project good things. Let's stop doing this. Let's stop doing this. We're way too powerful to be giving our power away that way. Okay? All right, you guys. Many blessings and much love from me to all of you. Take care.